Hey guys, it's Val. Welcome back to Genshin Impact. Yeah, I was doing things here, but we're going to deter for a moment. Click that. Because this. All three parts should be available now, so I can do the Lantern Rite Festival stuff right away because it's in Liyue Harbor, but we're gonna go to Chenyu Vale first and tackle the quest that's tied to it because I think there's gonna be like a quest that'll be automatically tied to, and then I can do the Lantern Rite stuff because I'm gonna have to come back here anyway. So this video is probably going to be on the long side, so yeah. I just want to make sure I get the Lantern Rite Festival down. I wanted to wait until I got all three acts, so yeah. See, I knew this was going to happen. Welcome. One's name is Fujin, the local adeptus, and this is the tiny little teapot realm one calls home for now. Huh? We were still in the mountains just now. How did we suddenly end up? One invited you to come as guests, yet failed to sufficiently explain beforehand. Such behavior was careless, and one begs for your forgiveness. Paimon's just not sure this counts as an invitation, that's all. So, do you just swoosh all visitors to Chenyu Vale in here like this? Of course not. Many come and go from Chenyu Vale, but it was only in light of your incredible compatibility with the local spirit veins that I chose to invite the two of you, Aether and Paimon. You know us. Your names were carried here by the fish that swim. I have long anticipated your visit. Oh yeah, and the game is also going to be, acting as if you've done everything in the game, so you have to kind of work on the assumption that you're already famous, just like the Lantern Rite Festival. It is a pity that it is now not quite convenient, else I would have invited you to a tea tasting banquet. Speaking of which, I am quite sorry, but I have a request to make of you. Please, speak. Thank you. I presume the two of you have heard the tea village of Chenyu Vale, Chaoyang Village? This land has been famous for its cool, fragrant waters since ancient times. The people are of gentle character, and the pristine pebbles in its streams are exquisite. I hear a but coming. Precisely. The waters and soil of Chenyu Vale have begun to change recently, and this has the scent of its tea. Or as has the scent of its tea. Fuck. Chaoyang Village will inevitably decline should this persist. So you want me to save tea. And it's probably green tea, which I don't like. One hopes that you two can resolve the disharmony of the soil and water on one's behalf. The water veins are spread across the mountains, but my power is no longer sufficient, nor is the presence of a good time for me to move about. Thus, I must rely on your kindness and aid. We aren't exactly experts when it comes to dealing with soil and water. Is there a problem that Aether can just solve by resorting to gratuitous violence? Just as I heard, you are quite direct. But fret not. You are clever by nature. I trust that you shall get to the heart of any problems you might encounter. Yep, I get it. No worries. Well then, allow me to share some of the adeptal energy dwelling in the mortal world with you, Aether, to aid you in traversing the landscape and piercing the fog. Oh, right. It's nice to meet you. Eh? I mean, welcome to this place. That is to say, welcome to Chenyu Vale. Thanks. What do you mean, welcome? This was clearly a kidnapping. I'm really sorry. But I was quite looking forward to meeting you face to face, and was rather hoping you two would be magnanimous enough to forgive the impropriety. Yes, now that you have been indwelt with my adeptal energy, Aether, things will become much more convenient. Now please, try the wonders of said energy for yourself. Okay, so there's this here. People who have, you know, played the rest of the game already know what this is similar to, but essentially you press the T button, and you turn into a fish. You see it, golden? Can you hear me? Oh, fuck. Okay, so that was Fujin. Fun times. And Chenyu Vale has some really pretty music. I do adore it. So yeah, essentially, when you find a thing like that, you press T and then you turn into a carp and fly towards it. Oh look, another Geo statue. Hooray! But it levels up like the same as the Geoculi, and they did not provide any more Geoculi, so you do not have to worry about even more. So there's still only 131 Geoculi. They do introduce a new item in here, though. Oops. I want to eventually navigate there, but worship statue. I only got 2. Hope 2 is good enough for now. It's not, but you know. Yeah, you can't actually hurt or kill this creature, and it never attacks you. So you don't have to worry about it. I just only attack because there was a thing growing on it. Another thingy. Carefree Simulacrum. Peculiar stone carving. Uses adaptive energy granted by Fujin to move these heavy-looking stone carvings with ease. Oh, yeah. There's a few different things like this. You press T to pick it up, and then you press and hold E to find a way to place it. But it should already be where it is. Those things talk to you, by the way. It's kind of annoying. It's staying there. I don't care.
I wonder how much we'll make this year.
Okay. So. Ah! Finally, you're here. Is something the matter? Oh, are you... Young Master, are you the son of the Feiyin Commerce Guild's manager? Nope. Oh my, so you aren't the Commerce Guild's young master. My apologies. I was considering only your wondrously fashionable attire and your flying companion. Your conduct, too, was unlike ours, that I assume that you must have come from Liyue Harbor to discuss matters with us. Eh? Lu I am surnamed, and all in the village call me Grandpa Lu. Apologize, I must. Recent years have not been kind. I have not even the tea to treat you to as guests. The Adepti will certainly not be satisfied with the tea ceremony of this year. Grandpa Lu, the stuff right by you, aren't those tea leaves? The quality is far too lacking. How could I possibly have served such things to my guests? Speaking honestly, we are waiting for someone from the Feiyin Commerce Guild, for we must discuss with them the tea leaf problem. They are our biggest customers, after all. The crux of the matter is that this batch of tea is simply unsatisfactory, whether it be in terms of taste or quantity. This is an open secret among tea merchants. Old Luo, the village chief, has also decided that no tea may be sold until the quality problem is solved. I've heard tell that the young master of the Commerce Guild is exceptionally smart and skilled. If he has caught wind of this year's tea harvest was lacking in both quality and quantity, I thought he would come in person, or if not, send someone here. So here I wait. Anyway, the problem with the tea leaves, I believe it lies with the soil. Yeah, we were already told that, man. A problem with the soil? Indeed. I've lived here my whole life and worked with tea since I was but a wee lad, and I can notice problems that others may miss. As I see it, and may Adeptus Fujin bless us, it must be an imbalance in our soil and water. Adeptus Fujin? We just talked to her, you idiot. Oh, so you've also heard the tale? That's quite rare. Even among locals, few remember. Many, many years ago, Chaoyang village was nothing but a barren hill. Terrifying demons dwelt here, and it was all thanks to the Adeptus Fujin that the demons were defeated, and tea trees were planted, allowing their ancestors to come live here. But if it's really a problem with the water and soil, then I don't know what we can do about it. Actually, that's exactly what we've been asked to come investigate. Oh, so does that mean you believe me, young master? Yes, I believe you. Is that so? Then that makes things easy. Come, I'll bring the tea leaf samples, and let's go have a talk with old Luo. Something wrong, Grandpa Lu? Young master and young lady, if it isn't too much trouble, could you pretend you were from the Feiyan Commerce Guild when we meet with old Luo? Village Chief Luo is a good person, but how to put this? He puts more trust in machines, cultivation techniques, fertilizers, and things like that. I mentioned an imbalance with its soil and water before, and we parted on bad terms. But if it was the young master of the Feiyan Commerce Guild, I guess I'll give it a try? Yeah, we're gonna lie. Why not? Doesn't seem like a good plan to Paimon. Well, it's a good thing I'm not listening to you, Paimon. Yeah, don't worry. Even if he sees through it, it's nobody's idea but mine. None of the blame shall fall onto you. Let's go. Yay, we're gonna go lie. Well, they can wait a moment. I want to get more, I want to get the waypoints. I forgot this is my second account, so I can't move as fast anymore. Okay. And that. Okay, so that is, I mean, it'll explain in due time, but it is called a spirit carp. That is basically the oculi of Chenyu Vale. If I recall, there are about 50 of them total. So, yeah. I'm gonna cancel navigation for this and I'll do this. Actually, I'm going to do this off camera for you guys. So you don't actually have to watch as I slowly get my way around here. So when I'm back, or when I get back, I have all this uncovered. So yeah, be back. And we're back. So I got everything. Except for this area, it's quest locked. I can't do anything about it right now. And there's, I believe, a few underground ones that I also currently cannot access. So, yeah. Again, quest locked, so let's get going. I think it took me over 20 minutes to do, by the way. Alright. Uncle Luo, this batch still isn't any good. They're not fragrant enough to when you dry them, and they get so dry and brittle that you can't even put them in the roller. Even the ones that survive the secondary processes come out the other end a complete disaster. Are you sure it isn't a problem with the machine? Are you sure you haven't forgotten how to operate it? What a thing to say. How could we dare be careless with you looking over our shoulders? How could you indeed? You're kind of an asshole. Yeah, it's Grandpa Lu. Jean, get back to work. And this respectable looking young man is I'm the young master of the Fae and Commerce Guild. Hey, just who the heck calls himself young master? This is my servant. It will suffice to call her Mini Pie. Yes, that's it. Call me Mini Pie. Oh, in that case, welcome, welcome. A guest like you is a rare treat indeed. We've been quite reliant on the assistance of the Commerce Guild for many a year, but as for what's happened this year, I suspect you have already heard about it. What's wrong? You're looking pretty miserable. Did Jin mess up at work again? You old. Mocking me again? My apologies, dear guests. Normally I would invite guests from afar to sample our new teas, but this year's batch... well, you know. No need to stand on ceremony, Chief Luo. We're here to help. Yeah, the young master is very concerned about the tea leaves, so there's no need to be so tied up with formalities, Chief Luo. Very well, then. To tell the truth, this batch of leaves is no good either. They can't be dried, and I can't tell if they were bad when they were picked, or if it's a problem with the machine in our workshop. It could be neither. Ha! How's that difficult? Why not just use some of the older leaves you have in stock and see if the product you get from drying them is any different? If the product is normal, then you'll know if it isn't a problem with the machine. Seriously, I've told you before. Forget it. As we have important guests present, then we'll give your method a try. Jin, do we have any fresh tea leaves remaining from the older batches? There's some in the warehouses. What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh, good one. We've been talking here for a good long while now, and you weren't listening to a single word, were you? You told him to get back to work. Go fetch some of the older batches and process it along with some of the newer stuff that Grandpa Lou brought using the machine. Don't you dare skip a single step. I'll be watching you. Okay. How about this? I see our two guests are quite young. They might prefer snacks to tea tasting. Why not turn these two batches into tea cakes? The quality of each will be evident with a single taste. What do you think, old Luo? Agreed, we'll do just that. Jin, listen up. Take these two batches of tea leaves and make them into two different tea cakes. One cake from each batch. Don't you dare get even a single leaf mixed up. Yes, sir, Uncle Luo. You want me to mix them all into one cake? Oh, I can't even. He's fucking with you. That's what you get for being an asshole. Yeah, sorry for the long wait. We've got both tea cakes here. Let's try them one at a time, shall we? Well, how's the taste? The first one tasted a bit strange, but the second one was delicious. I agree. The tea cakes made from the tea we had in stock taste fine. Alright, you win. So according to you, the tea processing machinery is fine. In other words, the problem is with the tea itself. This new batch of tea, it's just not as good as before. So, the water and soil. But perhaps it's the cauldron that's the problem. It's old and in disrepair, which must have offended the Adeptus, causing the tea to deteriorate. No, it's the soil and water. It's the elements that nourish the soil, Enough! Let's get that technician in charge of the tea cauldron in here first. It's that Fontanian, the one with the Fontaine Research Institute. What was it again? Name's such a pain to pronounce. Jin, go get her, would you? Jin? Just where did that lazy loafer abscond to this time? That brainless nitwit. I was gonna have him go to Yilong Wharf and search for our technician. About Yilong Wharf. The port to the west. It's much smaller than Yilua Harbor, isn't it? Wow, my words don't work right now, sorry. The specialties we export to Fontaine and Sumeru, along with other oddities we import from them, go through it. A whole lot of our tea is also transported through there. The Though this batch of tea leaves isn't any good, and until we figure out why and solve the problem, we won't sell anything to outsiders. The last thing we want to do is run Chenyu Village's good name, or ruin, sorry. So you see, honored guests, I'm really sorry, but I need to trouble you to go to Yilong Wharf and find our technician, Miss Oatmoontanyi. I'm going to just, there we go. It's more likely than not she's found herself a show that she can't tear her eyes off. How could you possibly dare to ask our guest to do such a thing? Oh, Luo, you misunderstand me. Our honored guest had already had business to attend to at Yilong Wharf, and would just be passing along a message their way. It's nothing, really. Is that so? Huh? Is that so? It would seem to be so. I'm truly sorry. Then if you would, honored guest. Old Luo, I'll leave it to you to accompany them. Yeah, thanks for your hard work. You scared old Luo so much he was jumping at his own shadow. You mentioned earlier that you're here to investigate the water and soil, right? Best you head over to Yilong Wharf then. It isn't far from the headwaters, and there are ruins left by the Adepti along the way, so if you're looking for clues, there's your best bet. As for passing a message to Oatmoontanyi, well, please lend a hand, would you? Give old Luo some peace of mind so he doesn't worry himself to death. Even Mini Pie can handle a thing so trivial. Hey, why are you still acting? The show's over. And what's with calling Paimon Mini Pie anyway? It was funny. Anyway, just leave it to us. You can rest easy, Grandpa Lou. Such great kids you are. Really great kids. Oh, right. I noticed that you two really enjoyed the tea cake. Why don't I teach you the recipe? Next time you come buy some quality tea leaves, you'll be able to make some for yourself. In any case, safe travels. Be careful on the mountain paths. And mind you don't slip. Aww. And this recipe is actually a really fucking good one. Fine tea full moon. So. Now, even though we're in the middle of like a little questy-do and, you know, the whole quest is all about the suffering tea because that totally matters right now. There are patches in this area, like over there, that contain tea leaves that you can just pick up. Chenyu Adept tea. And don't worry, it's not crap quality because, you know, they can't tailor the game to have that. So, yeah, you need this tea to make the tea cakes. Oh, and then there's these awesome kind of sheep things. They look cute. And they don't give a fuck about anything. You can run past them even in the wild and they're just like, yeah, okay, whatever. Do what you want. I don't give a shit. It's great. Oh. Shit. Okay, investigate. Seedley's making me jump hoops. Dig? What did I... Okay, cool. Shoot chest right off the bat. I didn't know that second one was even going to be a thing. Admittedly, I haven't fully explored Chenyu Vale myself, like on my own like my main account. Anyway, we need to go down that way. Yeah. sorry for wasting time picking these up. It's just that the tea cake recipe is actually genuinely useful. I think it's like a high healing item as well. For a brief moment, I thought it was like a revival item, but it's not. I'm mistaking it for something in an area we haven't been able to get to yet. Ah, a golden carp. Seems quite simple. Okay. Yeah. Let's just follow the fancy carp. Ah! You want me to fight enemies? Shit. Ow! Shut the ass. Blank.
Many happy returns.
Time to clean up. Boba, get them.
Oh yeah, you're not leveled, so you don't really do anything. I should correct that problem. Where is she? Okay, I mean, level 20 kind of sucks too, but, you know. Oh, yes, and I remember. Okay, so I have 2 of those now, and I'm about to have 4 of these. Okay. I have 11 days, 6 hours, and 18 minutes to try and see if I can get her. If not, then oh well. Okay, so this thing... Oh, it didn't let me... Okay, so you press the T button. Press and hold E. You want to have it where it's... Oops. Sorry, you have to press and hold and then you release the E. You want to have it set somewhere where it lights up all the things. Like that. Aether, Paimon, you two are indeed brilliant, as expected. Upon seeing my dissipated adeptal energy, you immediately understood the situation. Of course! We're super-duper experienced adventurers, you know. Technically, we're not. With how I played it so far, we're not. Still, why didn't you just say anything sooner? You didn't just forget, did you? About that. Should not the path of the Adepti be full of challenges? 'Tis merely a test of your wisdom. It was you who brought us here. Speaking of which, just what's the problem with the soil and water you mentioned before? Grandpa Lou was also sure that this was behind the deteriorating quality of the tea leaves. Yes, you too have seen Chaoying Village. Should the quality and quantity of tea leaves continue to decline, so will the village until finally, in the years to come, it degenerates back into what it was a millennia before, a desolate mountain forest. I understand what you mean. Yeah, that's kind of hard to wrap your brain around. Can bad tea really destroy Chaoying Village? If it's part of their fucking history, yeah. It's true. The Lord of Geo could not stand idly by as disaster befell. Were the sky to collapse, the Conqueror of Demons and the other Adepti would do their utmost to support it. Should the waters under Yilong Wharf breach the dikes and flood, Liyue Harbor would aid the villagers. But without tea, this stretch of mountain would, or Chaoying Village rather, would lose its very reason to exist in the human eyes. That makes sense. When you put it like that, Paimon understands. No, you don't. So are you two willing to help me correct the imbalance in the water and soil? Very well. Yes, that's excellent. Your willingness is commendable, and one is quite grateful to you both. Now, back to business. When it comes to how to resolve the disharmony in the soil and water, one is indeed well aware of what to do. First, you two must go up against the currents and seek the jade treasures thrown into the waters. In the end, you must perform the ancient rain jade rite once more, dispelling the miasma that has settled over the mountains and fields into the rivers, and restoring the water, veins, and soil. Holy crap words. Okay, I get it. But, just how do we do the ritual? Adeptus Fujin, what's wrong? Oh, nothing. As for the ritual, it's a little bit early for that. Well then, we'll see each other later. Bye. According to her, we need to go against the current. That just means upstream, right? Yeah, that's the same direction as Yelang Wharf. Let's go. Yay, not the... hold on. No, stop. Stop. What are you looking at?
Where do you want this stuff delivered to, boss?
Okay, and since I've already unlocked the area, we're going to teleport, because fuck running all that way. Alright, let's have a little stroll! And there's a person we need to, now just give it a moment, you'll see exactly why her name sucks. Though I don't understand it in the least, I still think it's amazing. Just watching her stand there singing, or sing while walking around, or sing while sitting, and then sing while she lifts her hand and slowly lets it fall, all while ceaselessly singing. Really don't know just what kind of magical powers the old lady has. Babbling, chanting, singing, and reciting. Reciting and crying. I haven't got a clue what she's saying, but it's amazing. Little Mao, can you understand? That's just how opera singing is. And weren't there fight scenes later? There's that old dude who could do 88 flips and tricks. Riveting stuff. Yeah, it's great. It's just a shame I don't understand a thing. Whole bunch of people fighting and jumping all over the place. All super flashy and such. One-on-one, several all fighting each other, 5 or 6 taking turns. It's just almost addictive. Well, you take up residence in this area, right? Like, why haven't you learned the language of, you know, whatever. Hello, we're looking for a technician from Fontaine. Chief Lil and Grandpa Lou said, what name did they give us again? Haute Montagne. Look at this spelling. I will not be calling her by this. Yeah, sounds like Grandpa Lou sent you alright. Just call me Nope. I'm a researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute. That name is too long, too complicated. I can tell you right now that in my stream when I was doing this part, I forgot how to pronounce it immediately. I actually took a picture of how they did it phonetically, and I'm still not going to do it. I'm the young master of the Fey and Commerce Guild. Alright, there's quite enough acting. Alright, Aether. No! Yep, our young master's... Wait, that's not right. He's Aether and Paimon's Paimon. Anyway, it was Grandpa Lou who sent us looking for you. Mr. Aether, Miss Paimon, hello. I'm Little Mao, a friend of the mountains. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call her. Mountain. I don't even give a shit. Yeah, so that's what my name means. That can be a bit hard to pronounce, so I asked Little Mao to just call me that. You could... Make my throat hurt. Really? Quite the interesting pair. How did you two meet? She got distracted by opera. It was quite fortuitous. Last year I went to the mountains in the south for a spell and got lost in the fog. Well, okay, for a spell, as in, like, not a literal spell. Sorry. A huge beast the size of a Calitine Louis was glaring at me, and I thought I was done for. But just then, a little kid suddenly shouted at me, so I followed the sound through the mist and got out and was saved. Otherwise, I would have been eaten, just like that. My family in Fontaine wouldn't have been able to claim compensation on my account. Hee hee. I know more about what goes on in the mountains than the grown-ups. Is that so? You're amazing, little Mao. And Paimon gets jealous of this kid, by the way. Grandpa Lou and Chief Lo are looking for you. Alright, I got it. I'll be there in a jiffy. All the shows here are just too good. I end up watching several, one right after another, and now my legs have fallen asleep. But I just can't understand a word. What sorts of stories are they telling? It's about how way back when a huge carp and a monster from the mountains fought. A you kill me, I kill you story. In the end, everyone dies. You shouldn't be excited about that, kid. That's a pretty concise summary. But don't talk about killing and dying so much, little Mao. If you think about that kind of stuff too often, you might become a villain when you grow up. I respectfully disagree. You ever hear of Junji Ito? Allegedly, he's one of the nicest guys on the planet, and he makes some of the most fucked up stuff on the planet. Like, you'd think that he would be, you know... it doesn't really match, is what my point is. Anyway. Since those in Chaoyang Village are waiting on me, it's time to go. See you later. Let's go watch the shows here again when you're about to head back to Fontaine. Leave. Okay, now that we've solved that puzzle, we can get back to business. Little Mao, how about you? What are you two going to do? To be honest, we're not quite sure how to explain it. The water and soil in Chenyu Vale are kind of out of whack, so we need to cure them for everything in Chenyu Vale to get better. I get it. Miss Paimon is trying to say that we need to restore nature. Yeah, that's right. You're really amazing, little Mao. You got it right away. Restoring nature, you say? Did someone talk to you about that? That's right. A friend who's always taken care of me told me. She wants to restore nature, too. If we restore nature, everything will get better, so I want to help, too. She also told me about you two. Oh, so you've seen her, too? Huh? You mean my friend? Of course. Silly Miss Paimon. How could we be friends if I'd never seen her? Spoilers, he is not talking about Fujin. Fair point. That makes things easier. Actually, we want to... Paimon remembers we need to find the jade treasures in the water and then do some rain jade right. But even though we've come upstream, we still haven't found any clues. Ah, I know. Come with me. I'll show you where to look. What? Is it really that easy? Little Mao, your friend wants to restore nature, right? Yeah. She's told me a lot, such as stories from before Chaoyang Village became Chaoyang Village, how the tea trees came to be, and more. She said that things will get worse and worse in Chenyu Vale if the natural order isn't restored. Oh, looks like we're on the same page then. Nope. Little Mao, you just said you knew where you could find leads, right? Yeah. I don't know if it'll help, but when you mentioned jade treasures and rain jade and stuff, I just thought of it. Come with me. Yep, let's go. Let's go. I'm suddenly Mario. Yeah. Ow. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. I forgot to mention, you don't want to be in the water trying to collect this because you won't be able to. Wee. Trying to get soaked to your catchy coat. Well, fuck you. I'm going right in the water. You know, my mom. Okay. Alright. Eep! Eep! It's worth worth mentioning that I'm kind of unhappy with the fact that this quest has no voice acting, just because it's so lengthy. So trying to read it out loud and everything is a little bit tricky for someone who has no voice acting experience. All right. And obviously there's gonna be some dialogue I'm just not gonna read. What are you doing, kid? Tiny human. Oh. Okay. This is it. This is the clue I wanted to show you before, right here. What into that is that? It's so covered in moss that Paimon can't make heads or tails of it. Eh? There wasn't any moss the last time I came here. No need to worry, little Mao. It's so humid here that it's no wonder there's moss growing everywhere. There must be a way to clear it away. Yeah. Adeptal energy. Doink. Look, Aether, look! It's a scene of ancient people attending a festival and performing a ritual. Pretty different from the festivals we have today, huh? Although the grown-ups in the city of the village all say the Lord of Geo was the first to arrive in Chenyu Vale, I've heard that the people in the picture actually got here even earlier than he did. People back then used to throw bits of magic jade into the river, and they'd float along until they sank to the bottom. They saw it as a way to guarantee good weather, prevent the river from flooding, and ensure that the soil would be fertile. Based on what we previously discussed, I'm guessing that Chenyu Vale will only be fixed after we found some jade that was thrown into the river in ancient times. That makes sense, doesn't it? Wow, you're so knowledgeable. Was your friend also the one who told you these stories? These legends are fascinating. Yep, and everyone will be really blessed and live happily ever after and all that. I much prefer hearing her stories about ancient wars and battles. She told me that the warriors back then were all giants who were over 10 feet tall. The warriors of Chenyu Vale were covered in tattoos, and they had these massive jade axes that could chop a person in half in the blink of an eye. And the Millelith, led by none other than the Lord of Geo himself, were even tougher. They clad themselves in suits of armor that weighed over 1,000 pounds and fought with 100-pound spears. Apparently, everyone was at war back then, so much so that Bishui River turned crimson red. Later on, the mountains to the south became full of ghosts from that era. Even now, those who wander through the mountains might still be able to catch their singing on the wind. I don't think these stories are meant for kids. Yeah, it sounds terrifying. Mountain's right. You shouldn't dwell on this stuff all the time. There's no way grown-ups would tell these stories. They always say we're too young to hear them, that they'll turn us rotten and stuff like that. But I'm old enough already. Hearing a story is not going to turn me into a monster. Besides, there aren't many adults still around who know these stories anyway. If my friend hadn't told me, I wouldn't have even known the stories about this picture. Okay, fine. Guess we'll move on. So, the grown-ups were right to say that the ancient people threw the jade into the river from somewhere high up. But where exactly? And where did all the jade float off to? Well, it must have sunk to the bottom, right? It's not that simple. If it was thrown somewhere upriver, and even if it sank to the bottom, it would still be pushed downriver by the current, let alone after so many years. Besides, I've never heard talk of any ancient ritual jade being found upriver. Chenyu Vale is a small place after all. If there had been such rumors, everyone would already know about them. You know so much. You're future scholar material for sure. But what if I don't want to be a scholar? They don't earn much more. It sounds like no fun. Then become a traveler just like us. What would be more fun than adventuring around the world? Let me know the sites of the range aid right. What should we do next? Why don't we go somewhere high up to take a look? High up. The watchtower at Yilong Wharf's pretty high. Up. Okay, let's head out. Let's go! Hooray! Yeah, if you select the option to wait a moment, you have to kind of just navigate here by yourself. Fuck all that. Alright. Look! From up here you can clearly see how the water moves faster through those narrows, then slows down again as the river widens out. The jade must have stopped there. We should find what we're looking for there. Wow, you're such a real whiz kid. Oh, that phrasing that was cringe. Paimon's been wondering though, what's that massive thing in the distance? That huge thing is the Jade Mouth, a legendary jade ring that an Adeptus threw into the water. Oh, but the river curves around there, so the current should actually speed up. But the river gradually gets wider there. Yeah, so the rapid flow around the bend might have resulted in things being deposited along the convex bank where it widens. So there's actually a good chance that the jade at the bottom of the river, somewhere around Jademouth. Of course, that's assuming the course of the river hasn't been artificially altered. Not to mention, there's a fisherman's legend that goes something like, Jade shall rise from sunken mouth. Something like that. Anyway, let's go over and take a look around first. Compared to little Mal, Paimon feels she's completely out of her depth. It's because my friend is amazing. She knows everything there is to know about the mountains, and she taught me loads too. That's how I've learned so much. Don't worry too much about it, Paimon. Yeah, that's right. Paimon has lots of other strengths. No, you really don't, but I'm trying to be friendly here. Whatever the case, let's go down and get on a bamboo raft. Oh yeah, Jademouth, here we come. Ah, shit. Now, when we get onto the raft and do the movement, I'm just gonna warn you in advance. The dialogue will play in auto, even though my auto is off, so I'm not gonna read it. I won't be able to read it fast enough, so I'm just not gonna bother. So, you have to deal with it, sorry. Someone coming aboard? Wait, is that little Mao? Come, I'll take you. That raft has a chair. See what I mean? Auto's off. It's still going. It's worth mentioning that this place is very pretty. I do like the scenery in here. Chenyu Vale is definitely a lot prettier than the rest of Liyue. I think it's just because of all the greenery. So you know. All right, finally. All right. Yeah, we go. Let's get up here. Well, here's the jade mouth, but how are we going to find all that jade underwater? Ah, so that's how it is. The spring's cries ripple through the vales. The shrines depart from the northeast shores. The heights and shallows in the southwest hide. Sun and earth from each other divide. The eternal whirlpool that never churns. The beautiful jade concealed within. What's that little mouse singing about? Sounds pretty complicated. It's one of our local folk songs. I heard an old granny singing it as she was gathering herbs. It means, if you look out from the center of the river to the banks on either side, you'll see two stone shrines hidden to the northeast and the southwest. These shrines keep the mighty whirlpool in the center suppressed. Fuck, I can't read. That might understand the last bit. So the jade is all hidden beneath the whirlpool? Yep, sounds like we're going treasure hunting. Hooray! But the area between the northeast and southwest is so huge. After all, in broad sense, the northeast and southwest of Jademouth can include pretty much the whole world. You're always thinking outside the box, Miss Paimon. There's no need to worry. I already have an idea where the shrines will be because, well, my friend told me. Come on, let's roll. Hold up for a second. Does anyone else think a giant maelstrom suddenly appearing here might not be too great? Well, yeah, won't that mean the boats will no longer be able to sail in and out of Yilong Wharf? Oh, don't worry about that. My friend told me that once we've done what we need to beneath, the whirlpool will disappear completely. Otherwise, how would all the old boatmen carry on making a living? Wow, so it's not just a smart whirlpool, but a considerate one to boot. Get going. Yeah, a smart and considerate whirlpool. Okay. Well, we're closest to this first one, so... Actually, I might have been needed to... Okay. Okay, so this segment is a tiny bit of a pain in the ass, but we have to deal with it. So, press T to pick up the thing. What you need to do is to connect these, and it's also kind of timed, so you have to light them all up. Come on. Pick up that effing thing. Okay. Okay, there we go. Problem solved. So yeah, if you dawdle too long trying to do that, it'll reset and you'll have to do it all over again. To get pine cones. Oh wait. Press T. That's the end of that one.
Where do you want this stuff delivered to, boss?
And the other one is over there. We're gonna teleport here. Actually, let me check those weapons. Okay, it was bull crap. I don't need it. Treasure hoarders! Die!
We're open. We're open.
Nice and spicy. You're toast.
Ow, motherfucker.
Up to it, Manzai.
Steady as stone. As a good knight should. Someone needs assistance. Boba, get them!
The arc of that of the swing for her weapon is kind of impressive. Enemy reinforcements, motherfucker.
Nice and spicy.
With the wind. Many happy returns.
Out of the frying pan.
Wind blade.
Another test subject. I'm not careless. Have a little taste.
Ow, motherfucker.
Disappear.
Ow.
I must leave no stone unturned. As a dutiful maid would.
That tingle.
Get them!
Up to it, Manzai.
Meow.
That tingle pride.
Eep.
Nice and spicy.
That tingle.
I need to do better. Okay.
Pretty good.
Haha. Amen.
Where do you want this stuff delivered to, boss?
I should probably look into getting Barbara in here. So I can have a dedicated healer. No! No flying from away from me. Not allowed. Ah, crap. Huh. We haven't seen the whirlpool from the song yet. What should we do next? About giving that adeptal energy of yours a try, Aether. Why? There you go. And there's the whirlpool. Hooray! It's going! Whee! Oh, look, there's a carp. I wonder if it's Fujin. It is. The only carp we've seen. Oh, this is bad.
Leave it all to me, as a good knight should.
Why'd I come in here?
Boba, get them!
What green dudes? Yeah!
Wind blade.
Hey, that was a little rude.
No stone unturned. Yeah. Nice and spicy. You're toast.
Up to it, Manzai!
Yeah. Boba, get them.
Wind blade! Disappear!
Leave it all to me. Time to clean up.
Alright.
Good things come to those who wait.
How many gems do I have? 89. Okay. Oh, I can actually bring up just a tiny bit. Yeah, 22 is not bad.
Where do you want this stuff delivered to, boss?
And a waypoint that we could not access before, so, you know. Pick it up! Okay. Aether and Paimon, we meet again. And who might this be? Huh? You haven't met before. This is little Mao. He's helped us so much along the way. No, we haven't met before. But you must be a good child, little Mao. Hello, and yes, that's me. Miss, are you an Adeptus? You are, aren't you? This is Adeptus Fujian. Thanks for all the help you've given Aether and Paimon, little Mao. It's really the legendary Fujian in the flesh. I can't believe this. I've heard so many stories about you, and now I know you're not some kind of big slippery carp, but a lady instead, like a big sister. Big carp? Honestly, what kind of stories have you been listening to, little Mao? We just followed her as a carp. Ahem. One is indeed an Adeptus, and as such can take forms as one pleases. This particular form seemed to be like the most approachable one for conversing with humans. From what you've said, you have a very unique scent, little Mao. Have you met someone in the mountains before? Someone with red eyes and a fair complexion, perhaps? Not exactly. Big Sis Fujin, you're not talking about one of your other friends, are you? My friend from the mountain doesn't sparkle like you do, but she's also really cool. She helped me tons and taught me loads. So it was her after all. So your friend wasn't Adeptus Fujin after all, huh? But Big Sis Fujin's my friend now too, isn't she? Of course, little Mao. I'm delighted to have made friends with you. Little Mao's met other Adepti? As for whether little Mao's friend counts as an Adeptus or not, I'm not quite sure myself. After all, Adeptus is merely a title, and it's hard to say whether Adepti are even people. The word Adeptus is just like any other word, such as hero, villain, or idiot. No one is born an Adeptus, and no one shall remain an Adeptus forever. Okay, well, using the word idiot in there doesn't really help, because, when you're born, I'm sorry, you're an idiot. You have to develop into something else if you, want. But there's some people that think that they've developed into something else and are still fucking morons. That's true. So you've met that friend of little Mao's that we're talking about, right? Indeed. But it's been a long, long time since I last saw her. So now, I suspect that I don't know her half as well as little Mao does. I'm not even sure if I still count as her friend. According to what little Mao said, his friend wants to restore nature too. I would imagine so. Anyway, I must ask you all to please take this piece of votive rain jade. I had originally hoped it might remain here, the same as it ever was, but I never expected it to grow quite so large. I used to love it so. This rain jade that you just mentioned, did it rain down or make it rain or something? Of course not. After the great changes in our geology, the ancestors of the people of Chenyu Vale lost their ability to communicate with the heavens, and lost the guidance of the emissaries whose beauty was pure as moonlight. Henceforth, they began to take jade, which glowed as gently as the light of the moon, and cast it into the river. As they did this, they would pray for good omens, for fertile land, for clement weather, and for the river banks to hold strong. Over time, these rituals grew in power until one day... Big Sis Fujin, what happened next? One day, the long war had to become the gods who would reign over this world began. Afterward, this tradition lost all of its meaning, but though it was forgotten, its name still is passed down over the generations. To cut a long story short, this piece of votive rain jade before us was the very last to ever be thrown. Just as the part above the surface, when commanded by deviantART, can be made large enough to stop a flood, its core, too, has been swallowed by uncontrolled deviantART energy. Much of its power has dissipated into the surrounding area through the spirit veins. This power may have also affected the nearby flora and fauna, attracting and even making aberrations of them. You must be careful. What? As far as I can tell, the deviantART energy that has dissipated near should be sufficient to reawaken the hibernating votive rain jade. If this is the case, we're one step closer to achieving our goal of nursing the water and soil back to health. How should I say this? Aether and Paimon, thank you both. You're doing an amazing thing by choosing to help me, you know. And little Mao, will you help me too? Will you help out your big sis? Of course, I want to restore nature too. Is that so? Well, that's good. You're very smart, little Mao. You'll understand everything later. All right then, let us go our separate ways for now. Once you've retrieved the deviantART energy-filled votive rain jade, we'll meet again by the deep pool shrouded in cloud and mist to the south. The south? Got it. Energy's gone and disappeared again. Come on, let's do what Big Sis Fujin said and restore this voting rain jade's power. Speaking of which, what's it got to do with the voting? Cece, you're not much brighter than Paimon. It's votive. Oh, right. It's so complicated. Didn't you use the word convex earlier? Though since you mentioned it, what does votive even mean? Why is it called rain jade again? Exactly! What does it mean? You guys are idiots. That's what it means. Alright. Do I need to do that? No, it doesn't mean anything. Alright. And Jabba!
Steady as stone.
Alright. Hold on. Take those. I don't even know what the hell happened there. Okay, ding. Okay. Let's go investigate this. Yeah, she's still kind of weak. But she's also not at a high enough level for it. And she has a crappy weapon. because the black tassel that I assigned to her is was at the time the best weapon I had, but is definitely a shit weapon. Alright. Yoink. There's one. You turn into a piggy.
Mini happy.
I must leave no stone unturned.
F. Whee! You!
Eat this!
Getting accosted by a water squirrel. Okay. This way. Come back here, you fuck.
Leave it all to me, as a good knight should. Nice and spicy.
Mighty mythical beast.
I must leave no scuba. Get them!
Come on.
Out of the frying pan.
Motherfucker! Ow! Rude.
Oh, cool. This stuff looks dope.
Okay, so that's... Well, that's two. Alright.
Leave it all to me.
Up to it, Manzai.
As a dutiful maid would. Scuba, get them! You're toast!
Wind blade. With the wind.
Oh, new enemy. Yay!
No stone out of the frying pan.
It just crumbled my shield. No! My shield is for naught!
Steady as stone.
Mighty mythical beast.
If at first you don't succeed.
Hold on! You're not killing my Noelle. I'm gonna give her some chicken. Just die already. Thank you. Hydrohilichurl Rogue. Interesting. Okay. I got 3 Sealies. Interesting. That gave me another adaptable energy. One, two, three.
Oh, cool. This stuff looks dope.
Okay, cool beans. This part sucks. Okay, so
Outrider Amber reporting.
gonna need her for sure. There we go. That bit is timed, and as much as I like jumping, his abilities are not enough to make that work. Wait, I already have her? Right. Back to Aether.
Still a long road ahead.
Yes, 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 sir. Okay.
Good things come to those who wait.
Hooray! Oh, right. I haven't done this before. Yeah. The map is multi-layered, and sometimes you have to be mindful of where the teleportation point is. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. It's spinning! Huh, seems like the jade's starting to move. That's right, but according to the story, the riverbend should have lots of other votive rain jades. But why did Big Sis Fujin only want this one? It's the only one that's moving. Look, it's shining, almost as if it's resonating with the adeptal energy on you, Aether. Why don't you try using that power? Okay. Huzzah! That should do it. Wow, awesome. It suddenly became small. I have the ability to turn things into midgets? Yeah, Paimon didn't think it just changed size like that. Guess that millennial treasure for you. Just like you said, little Mao. They could be as tall as the clouds or small enough to hide amidst pool and leaf. When did he say that? Yeah. Well, it looks like the votive rain jade's in our hands now. You're so reliable, Aether. Hey, Paimon worked hard too. Miss Paimon's amazing. So you're going to take us to the deep pool shrouded in cloud and mist to the south now, right? Clouds and mist. I think Chenyu Vale really does have places like that. But where? Tell us, little guide, and Paimon will take you there. Do you remember the place in the mountain? Do you remember the place Mountain mentioned? The spot where we met? That place is super foggy, and I know of a secret cavern that leads there. Even other locals don't know about it. It was my friend who showed me the way, and since you're my friend too, Paimon, I'll tell you all about it. You've got an amazing friend, little Mao. Of course. Well, you're both pretty impressive too. Yeah, sure. Well, any friend of yours is a friend of ours too. In fact, Paimon hopes we'll meet her one day. We're on the way. My bad. I can't English good. Should we go? Yeah, okay, let's go. Alrighty then, let's go. Yay! More gems! I mean, I have achievement gems too, but you know. Oh yeah, the special event nonsense. One moment. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's furnishing blueprint. We can't do anything about it right now, but it's available.
A pot
Okay.
of tea with a couple of nibbles, some seasonal greens, and a piping hot bowl of fresh kanji. That's a dope breakfast right there. The perfect way to start your day.
Okay, this puzzle I'm not fond of. Alright. It's kind of a time thing, but whatever.
Where do you want this stuff delivered to, boss?
Who cares? Alright. So, let me check my gems. Okay, well, what are gems? Got 5. Alright. Ether, Paimon! Ikmal, look up behind you. Oh, that's a huge monster. It's very pretty. Actually, she's very pretty. Huh? Oh, no, she's my friend. Didn't I tell you before that I had a lot of friends? I just happened to meet her, so I got a hold of her to introduce to you. Well, hello? I'm Aether, and this is Paimon. She's afraid of strangers. I usually call her Bluey because I don't really know her name. Oh, don't you worry about that. Aether and Paimon are great people. They've been accompanying me on adventures. They're real experts in mountains and forests, too. I know. I've seen. Answer me this one thing. Where did you gain the power to suppress nature? Suppress nature? What do you mean? Plants pursue the sunlight and fertile soil, creating fruit fit for the birds and beasts to consume. The digested seeds are scattered, and those which consume seed and fruit become bait for predators. Thus does everything return to the land. The snake hidden in the branches, the fish in the mountains, and the beasts of the forest. Traveling in the realm of nature is wonderful, so why have you come? Oh, come on, Bluey. You don't have to be so fierce. You raised 2 questions. My adeptal energy comes from Adeptus Fujin. And we need to help her rejuvenate the water and soil of Chenyu Vale. Exactly. Something's off about Chenyu Vale's natural conditions, so Adeptus Fujin enlists our help. If we don't, well, the tea leaves in Chaoying Village are going to turn worse and worse, and the village itself might decline. That's why she wanted us to perform the Rain Jade Rite, which will restore the area. The Rain Jade Rite, I see. You have answered 2 of my questions. You may ask me 2 also. Huh? Why do we have to do that? Give and take. It is only natural. You have 1 more question. Wait, that one counted? That should have counted too. Whatever, you ask, Aether. Little Mouse said that you wanted to restore nature. Is that the same as nursing the water and soil? Not the same. Eh? It isn't. Aether, what are you talking about? That's right. What do you mean, not the same? The new tea leaves taste better, more like before. Yeah, more like, whoa, and just like that, she's gone. Don't worry about it, Paimon. She's like that. Sometimes when I'm not looking, she'll just vanish into the shadows of the trees. Then at others, the sun might dazzle me or the birds might call overhead, and there she is. In any case, we're all friends now. Let's hope so. Just don't worry about it, Aether. Bluey's not big on politeness, but she's always been like that. Your friend's pretty strange, little Mao. What? Is she? Well, for all you know, you're the ones who might seem strange to others. I mean, not only can you use adeptal energy to make the moss disappear, but you can make the golden stone things appear and vanish, and even turn into a carp and fly around, like in the stories. You've got a point. That said, Paimon couldn't have imagined that the friend you always spoke about was, well, monster seems a bit rude, and thing might be pretty offensive. That's right, your friend's so blue. No wonder you call her Bluey. That's why I've never told anyone. If the adults knew that we were friends, they might lock me up. Wait, really? You'd go to actual prison? No, not like that. They just wouldn't let me go out, make me wash my face, and force me to read my books. I wouldn't get to play in the mountains anymore. And that's why I've never told anyone. But you're my friend, so it's fine. Anyway, come with me. There's an awesome place I'd love to show you. Alright. I think the worst thing about this quest right now is that it's not over. I wanted to have, Chenyu Vale and, the Lantern Rite stuff to be in the same video, but I don't think I can. The video will be way too fucking long. I don't know if you guys would want to sit for, like, probably up to 5 hours.
Disappear.
I assume I have to bring his constellation up to lift up actual enemies, like big enemies.
Things come to those who wait.
Yeah, no, I need to change my party. I need to have a healer on me.
We can do this.
Sure. Do I want to keep Aether? Yeah, it's good enough. Okay.
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
Artifacts, fast equip. Good enough for me. It's probably not the best set for her, but I don't really feel like looking. Talents. I can't do it. Okay. Oh, wait. Weapons. I'm gonna have this. Okay. That's enough of that nonsense. Oh yeah, this is I forgot. This is a miasma area.
Let the show begin.
I want to go for a particular enemy first. Then teleport. And you have to do it a few times. Get rid of this guy because I have ice on me right now. Or actually not ice on me, I have water. Yoink! Ah! Evil!
I'll protect us.
No, get off the wall, get off the wall, get off the wall, get off the wall. There you go.
Oh, cool. This stuff looks dope.
Indeed it does. How many gems? 63, okay, well. You're awesome, Aether. You pushed the moss back just like that. Like you did with that smoky cloud. Still, that wasn't there yesterday. Is this what they call nature? Don't worry about it. Moss or hilichurls, just leave them to Aether. Little Mal, what's this picture about? Originally, I didn't know either, but I figured it out today after hearing Big Sis Fujin's story. This must be the stuff that happened before the mural on Mount Lingmen was made. See this? Long, long ago, people were able to talk to the gods and Adepta in the skies by talking to the big piece of jade in the middle. The emissary of the gods would lead them and protect them. See, that's got to be this shiny gold person standing in the middle. I bet that was a super amazing person. But later, just like Big Sis Fujin said, something changed, and the people of Chenyu Vale lost their guiding emissary, and they couldn't talk to the heavens any longer. That's how the Rain Jade Rite came about. Huh, your story does make sense. Thanks. What do you think, Aether? You're a pretty bright spark, little Mal. Come to think of it, our ancestors were pretty amazing themselves, huh? The jades they left us still have the power to restore nature. For something this old to still be so strong, the power must have been the past must have been a smaller time than the present, huh? That's not true. The world marches onward, leaving the accumulated detritus of the past in its wake. Huh. That's a really cool thought. I never thought about it that way. Paimon thinks that you're an amazing one, little Mal. We've seen lots of ancient objects, puzzles, mysterious powers, and monsters in our time, but Paimon's never considered this stuff before. Oh, you know what? Not thinking about this kind of stuff at all is pretty awesome too, really. I bet you'll be just like my big sister when you grow up, just having fun adventuring everywhere. Oh, you have a big sister then? Well, we're not blood related, but she worked here in the Chenyu Vale for a while. She'd go up mountains and run around the rivers, and I'd follow her. We discovered this little cave together. And she said that the cave is my Rubicon. Not that I know what this means. I wonder where she's off adventuring nowadays. I can't wait to receive my next letter from her. Yeah, this big sis of yours seems like an interesting person. I know, right? Still, Big Sis Fujin needs our help, so let's continue on. Please. Oh, there you all were. I was so worried. Wow, a golden carp! One was quite concerned that the swirling miasmas and fierce beasts that roam might have caused you ill. But one sees that this is not so, and that is good. Thanks to the adeptal energy you possess, Aether, one has connected to the golden carp here, thus gaining the means to speak with you directly. Aether, Paimon, little Mal, please come with me. Alright, let's follow the fishy again. Ah! What is this? Oh, right. And because of her, we can walk on water for the time being. Ow!
Leave it all to me.
I win. Eep. Okay. Much time has passed since I last emerged here. This was once a lively place, filled with the aroma of incense. Then the three of us could travel freely across the mountains and rivers. Yes, those days were like flowing water neath the moon, dark yet sparkling oh so brightly. But enough reminiscing. Thanks to you all, I am now able to return here and host the Range Aid rite. Yeah, so you're that person in the mural? I get it now. That person standing on the mountain, hugging that egg. That was you, wasn't it? An egg? Come now, little Mao. That was precious jade. Casting rain jade is a ritual of great power. The vote of rain jade can calm rivers, improve the weather, but it can also be a thing of death and slaughter. Only the thinnest line separates curses and the adeptal energies that have aided you up until now. That's why I must make sure that the right does not fall into the hands of those who would do ill. That's why. Yes, that is correct. One was indeed the figure who hugged that egg in the mural. Big Sis Fujin, doesn't this make you pretty, ancient? Yes, it does. Still, I do like the name Big Sis. It does quite make me feel young. Well, being called Adeptus is pretty alright too, right? Well, certainly. Though even if others title me as such, I am aware that I am hardly the equal of true Adepti, like Mountain Shaper and the rest. I am, in truth, the weakest of my band of friends. I cannot make medicines to save others, nor can I bound across the mountains and plains. Even so, I could not simply lay the title down. It would have done the people of Chenyu Vale a disservice, I fear. Still, you may call me whatever you wish. After all, we have become friends, or so I would say. In any case, my days of being called an Adeptus are now co-signed in history, just like this place has been. Once the Range Aid Rite was a day of great celebration, where we would commemorate the Year of Abundance, using laughter, firecracker battles, and beast dances to frighten the ill omens away. This must appear like naught but forgotten ruins to the modern mind. Well, not completely forgotten. People in Chenyu Village tell us that the mighty Adeptus Fujin, who defeated the demons and planted the first tea tree. Back at the bamboo raft, Grandpa Lu also mentioned that the offerings of tea were to a certain carp Adeptus. And wasn't there that opera sung at Yilong Wharf about the carp going around killing stuff? You're so awesome in those stories, Big Sis Fujin. Also, people still do the Wushu dance, you know. You said it yourself, the definition of an Adeptus is... Also, putting definitions aside, you're a friend, Fujin. You shouldn't be constantly fretting about the right and stuff. You should live happily, like we're companions on an adventure. That's right, we're on an adventure together. Right. Yes, you're right. Thank you. That was well said. Indeed. I was the one who asked you all for help. It wouldn't do at all if I just continued wallowing in the past, now would it? In any case, I'll need your help to prepare for the rite itself. In any case, have you encountered any sacred simulacra in your adventures? Those were ritual spirits often used by people in ancient times to protect their homes. There should be some nearby. Aether, Paimon, Little Mao, please help me put the simulacra in their proper places. That way we can restore the spirit veins using the Rain Jade rite. Leave it to us. I will. I have faith in you. You would. Alright. There's a Sealy, and then there's a thingy, investigate. I don't know what that was for. Okay. Let's bug the Sealy. Oh no! A water crab!
Let's dance.
With the wind!
I hate these things.
Mighty mythical beast!
That's one down. Come here, you fuck. I hate these crabs. Eh. Okay. Stupid Sealy. Heck's the matter with you? Ah. Okay. Oh, wrong way. Go this way. Oh, there you go. Eep. Yeah, here. Where do next? Another wind current? Eep! That's the wrong wind current. Oh, it's that one. Alright. That's done. The tickets in Milak are ready. Thank you both. The votive rain jade has been returned to its priests, and the statues have come back to their rightful places. The rain jade rite is now ready to be performed. But will Chenyu Vale really recover once you cast the rain jade in? That's right. Things will get better for us, Little Mao. Nature, jade, humans, all is divinely dictated. The changes in the lands and the water in Chenyu Vale, the malicious fog in the spirit veins, they're all essentially a sign of the earth moving against the flow of time. Yeah, huh. So that miasma-like thing is a manifestation of environmental disorder? That's right. You can think of it like Chenyu Vale's attempt to, how to put it, return to nature. And what we intend to do is treat the land and soil and rid of its sickness. Return to nature? After all, before humans left their caves and mountains to dominate the world and regulate nature, and before Chenyu Vale or Bishui River got those names, the land, mountains, and rivers had their own order. Even I sometimes miss the cool mountain streams and the great rivers that would ebb and flow with the seasons. I mean, I was once a mere fish that swam. But if we let nature seize control of this order once more, the people of Chenyu Vale will suffer and languish. I hope you can understand. Yeah, in that case. Mm-hmm. And she was like, nope, fuck you. Huh? Did it work? That thing in the fog just now. It seems I am too feeble in my current state. We got the vote of Range Aid and we placed a simulacra, but it still wasn't enough? I'm very sorry. It is not your fault. I need more power to overcome this trial. Just as the adeptal energy in the vote of Range Aid had dissipated into the spirit veins, so has my power and also left me across the long years. Huh? Will you grow really big just like the Jade? Probably not. Yeah, just think about it though. Super Adeptus Fujin, now 3 times the size. Well, is there any way we can restore your power? The golden carp. Ah, Aether, you are wise indeed. Before you've found a few golden carp, I could not even muster the strength to appear. Initially, I thought that we just needed to gather all the ritual implements that would make up for the deficiency in my power. I was not entirely open with you before, but neither the present nor past me was anywhere near a match for the Adepti of the South. I feared you would consider me weak and unworthy of your help. Gee, is that it? I thought you would have had something more important to say. Huh? There's no way we'd abandon nor not make friends with you just because of that. That you're my friend has nothing to do with your status as an Adeptus. My friend told me lots of stories about you. In my mind, even though we've just met, we're already friends. And I also want you to be happy, big sis. All right. Thank you. All of you. Well, that's more like it. So, where should we start looking for these golden carp? I believe that you will need to go to Chenyu Vale. There will be a cavern there with a golden carp hidden within. Mm-hmm. Alright. It is... where the shit? Way over here. But before I do that, I will be back. I need food. Alrighty, I am back. That's more miasma. Choppa.
Steady us. I must leave no stone unturned. Someone needs assistance, as a dutiful maid would.
Windblade!
He's the only one that matters. Okay.
I'll catch up.
Many happier?
Leave it all to me.
Come on, game. There you go. Oh no, not the thing.
Let the show begin.
There's another Samaturl, but I'm gonna have to ignore it. Best I can.
Let's chance.
Up to it, Manzai!
I must leave no stone unturned.
Move it. Okay. That was miserable.
Good things come to those who wait.
Moving onwards. I've already done this, so I know where this item goes. Wait, I can't go in there. He goes here. The branch she planted keeps growing. It seems the water and soil in the cave are quite nutritious. Maybe in a few years, once it grows a little bigger, that medicine jar will be too small for this young tree. She connected the door opening mechanism with the jar and the branch placed in, breathing life-giving adeptal energy into said mechanism. It seems the jar containing the mechanism was damaged a long time ago. I wonder if the door can still open and close. Okay. That. So if you hit check on this, that'll teleport you, so let me just make sure I can't get in there yet. I don't know if I ever can. I don't remember. I mean, obviously you can, but I just don't remember if I ever did it on my own account. Ancient notes. The content is blurry and only a few incomplete sentences written in elegant handwriting are legible. As the vivid butterflies converge in the jar, the adeptal energy surges anew, akin to new life restored to a withered tree. Go west and behold Lingshu Courtyard and... whatever the fuck that means. Will I get accosted by a fungus? Oh, okay. That was easy. I didn't even get to finish it off. Alright. And here we are. Chizhang Wall. Or Chuzhang. Chuzhang. I'm trying to remember how to pronounce certain words in Chinese. We're here, Big Sis Fujin. Have you been waiting for us here all this time? No. After leaving Karp's Rest, I can only appear in places in which my power remains, and only by the grace of your adeptal energy, Aether. Wait a minute. Didn't the gap in the middle of that mural originally have something that went with the Golden Carp mural in it? I'm not sure. In truth, this is my first time seeing this mural as well. I'm sure you've all heard of battles that took place upon... I'm sure you've all heard of the battles that took place in the past. The Archon War. Yes. This cave was one of the shelters we built for the inhabitants of Chenyu Vale, such that the innocents caught in the crossfire when the floods overturned, the heavens and the earth split open, could have a place of safety. I didn't expect that they'd draw a mural here, though. I believe the ones depicted to be me, I mean the big slippery carp, Little Mal mentioned, and a friend. Huh. If that's the case, why did the most important part get taken somewhere else? That's true. Why is that? We just use it to teleport. Perhaps dissatisfaction. The three of us were once great friends, with two of us becoming worshipped as adepti, and one of us was always the mountain's master. Later, Herblard and I defected together, and she most likely died too. Or perhaps the one amongst us who fought to last Later, Herblard and I defected together, and she most likely died too. Or perhaps the one amongst us who fought to the last never submitted and only heard news of us afterward. Perhaps to her, we were all traitors, with the depictions of myself and Herblard becoming an object for her to vent her fury against. Is that really the case? The painting outside looks... Who knows? Who knows? In any case, that's all in the past. So please, lend me your strength in nursing Chenyu Vale back to health. I can feel that there's another golden carp lingering where I used to. Near Mount Xuanlian, I believe. Oh, so there's another. If we get that one, I should have enough strength to perform the ritual. Speaking of that, I must apologize for being unable to control the golden carp even with you nearby. I know they might have given you some trouble swimming through the air like that. It's fine, I just think of them like sealies. But really, where's the golden carp that should be here? Well, inside the painting. Just use your adeptal energy to awaken it, Aether. Motherfuck. I got the card. Alrighty, did it, game. It goes away. Okay.
Rain? Oh man, I hope I brought the laundry in. Hup.
Oh, it didn't work. Dang it. It's on the bag of dicks. I've unlocked it before, I just don't remember how. Okay. Yeah. It's not worth it. I'm just gonna say fuck it. Let's go. There's a pavilion here on this mountain. It's rather adepti style. Oh, Paimon wonders where we'll find that golden carp. This place is kind of huge. Maybe we can do what we did last time. You know, Aether, the bit where you use adeptal energy on the mural and the carp turned out to be hiding inside. Look, Aether, there's 4 stone carp statues here. Do you think there might be 4 giant carps hiding inside? No. That doesn't make sense. You're pretty smart, little Mal. Aether... Is the adeptal energy reacting in any way? Not at all. But there seems to be something missing inside. That might be where the critical clue lies. Either over there. Look, Or Aether, over there. It looks like there's an orb inside some of these carp statues. It's in one of them. Didn't we find some statues of carps and large pearl on our way around the mountains? Not really. Maybe those are actually used for something. It's worth a try. Good job. Well, let's give it a go. Okay. Whee! So, there's this one. And these little branchy things. You essentially just have to move them to...
Sun's out. About time we had some dry heat. It's been so muggy lately.
You just have to kind of transport it to a different spot. So, it raises that one. And we're gonna use it to lower this other one. Doink! I'll take that. Alright. So again, this nonsense is timed, so you have to be careful. It's not completely unforgiving, though, as you can see. Give me that.
Where do you want this stuff delivered to, boss?
Alright. Let's go this way. Put that there. That. There.
Alley-oop.
Ah! Why'd I do that? That. Put it there. Yeah.
Oh, cool. This stuff looks dope.
Easy peasy. Except it wasn't when I first tried doing it. I was challenged last time. Alright. There's enemies there for starters, so...
Windblade.
Time to clean up. Leave it all to me. Let the show begin.
Many happy returns.
Yeah. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, weenie. Can't fight you when you're down there. Thanks for giving me an easier target.
I'll protect us.
Alright. So, I need to... that. Over there. Move that to there. And take my orb.
Where do you want this stuff delivered to, boss?
Okay. Oh god. I almost didn't go. No, what are you doing? Okay. I win. Alright. So I'm not going to do the fancy voice acting anymore. I'm just going to read the text. My apologies for the poor hospitality. It has been a long time since I last enjoyed tea with others. Hopefully my brewing skills have not deteriorated too much over time. Ahem. I mean, I have some experience in apprenticing tea. It was also thanks to this that I was able to tell that this year's tea offering smelled off. That was how I discovered the trouble with the soil and water quality. Looks like there wasn't some sort of meaningless tradition after all. I suppose now I can tell those who fail to appreciate the value of tea about its value with confidence. I read that wrong, completely wrong. I apologize. I'm not going to try again, though. Come, Aether, have some tea. Not sure why, but it reminds me of Madame Ping's. Yeah, there was a time in Liyue Harbor when we fixed Madame Ping's teapot for her. If you think about it, we seem to have quite a connection with tea. As of how I've been doing it, no, we have not. Know from you speak, we were acquainted back in the day along with her friends. As Little Mouse said, I was once a giant carp, unable to leave fresh water for too long, nor live in salty waters. As such, they sent me one of these teapots. That was how my friends would have been able to take me, inside my teapot, of course, to Guili Plains and Liyue Harbor to meet those lovely people they spoke of. Unfortunately, such a time never quite came. Aether, Paimon, you've been to Liyue Harbor. Can you tell me more about the city? I'd like to hear about it too. I've never been. Well, Paimon would like to start from Wanmin Restaurant. How about I handle the explanations this time? Sure, but don't you dare skip over any of the eating bits. She's a glutton. Okay. It is a port city built nestled against the mountains. You begin, only for Fujin to interrupt you. She knows that she'd like to hear your Liyue story. You understand and begin again. When we arrived in Liyue Harbor, Paimon and I were just in time for the rite of dissension, which, based on how we're doing things right now, has not happened and will not happen until, by the look of it, part 14. The child and Adeptus before you listen to your words and Paimon's incessant interjections, leaning forward as you speak, exclaiming in shock and relaxing as the tension of the tale rises and falls. They also add their own commentary and questions about Liyue, such as the food and flavors available at restaurants, the toys the old lady sells, the gems and jewelry of Fayin Slope, and such. As you watch Fujin, Little Mao, and Paimon be so moved by the tale, along this journey, we met many friends and experienced so many things. It was all worth it. Wow, a sea monster, huh? Amazing. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Liyue Harbor is not what I imagined. For people who haven't seen the content yet, they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. I apologize for such a sequence break. Do you find it disappointing? Well, no, just different. Being different doesn't make it bad. I like the Liyue Harbor you described. It's good to hear that after all this time, our dear Herblord was able to find home there. I think that's simply wonderful. What about you, Little Mao? Could you tell me about you and your friend? I'm curious to know what she's like. Sure. I mean, Paimon and Aether have met her already, so it wouldn't be fair if I didn't tell you. So this is how we met. At that time, I was still a little kid who didn't know anything about the mountains. It was nighttime, and some wild beasts were following me through the forest. It was super scary. Finally, I was chased into a clearing and surrounded by those beasties. For a moment, I was convinced I was going to get eaten, but suddenly, they all backed off into the woods, and they were gone. When I looked back, there she was, looking at me. She was like jade, but there was a dignity to her. I knew it then that she was the master of the mountain and that my grandparents had told me about. I wasn't scared. I just told her. I finally found you. I've been looking for you for so long. I don't know why, but she lowered her head in thought before walking off. She made no noise as she did so. I listened as hard as I could, but there were no sounds of anything stepping on branches or fallen leaves. After that, I would sometimes catch sight of her moving between trees in a flash. Sometimes the rising moonlight would outline her shadow. She stood atop a high mountain. At the time, I thought it was strange. Why hadn't I seen her before? She was always there, after all. I wanted to talk to her, but she would always turn and leave. It was only later that she became willing to talk to me. Much later on, she would take me up very high mountains and into very deep forests. She asked me a lot of questions, and in exchange, she told me lots of stories. In the beginning, Chaoying Village was a nameless, barren mountain. The rivers had a real temper. Sometimes they'd flood, and other times they would all but wither. And on that barren mountain, she made two friends, a fish and a snake. But later, the snake was cut into pieces, and the fish sank into the sea. And then, only Bluey was left. Huh. Okay. Thank you, Little Mao. Also, don't tell anyone about my friend, alright? Of course we won't. You seem quite familiar with this friend of Little Mao's, Fujin. Indeed, but that was all in my past life. Many, many years have passed since I could no longer move freely. I suspect that I might not recognize her in any longer, though from Little Mao's words, she might not have changed too much. Past life? Perhaps that is not the most accurate way to phrase it. I did not utterly perish, but I did lose my original form, and my strength and wisdom dissipated along the spirit veins. This is also why I invited you and Aether to Carp's Rest. If we were not there, I would not even have a form to show you or a voice in which to speak to you. It is thanks to you that I have been able to slowly regain my previous strength. Coming here and once more and seeing the scenes with my own eyes, meeting old friends from the past, and more importantly, making new friends. I'm very glad. How did you die? She said she didn't. My memories of that have grown foggy. The Herblord and I were both servants of another god, and it was I that organized the Rangeade Rite, administering the rivers and mountains for our lord. As for the other, she was as she is, a beast, wild and free. In those peaceful days, I also climbed waterfalls to Mount Outsong and Mount Hulao, and I met with the Adepti whose powers and wisdom far eclipsed mine. Of course, that was all before the war. Our lord was not a heinous being by any means. Once upon a time, she made many dreams come true. If there was any evil, it was the Archon War itself. What happened next needs no further explanation on my part, I'm sure. Talk about how you and Herblord defected. That's right. That might have been the bravest thing we've ever done. Our lord had all but gone mad seeking the position of a god who may rule this world. Or perhaps seeking survival. Either way, she lacked the power to overcome Morax. So, in a final desperate gamble, she caused the Bishui River to flood, hoping to destroy everything downstream. Of course, she knew what that would mean for Chenyu Vale and its people. Whoa, but Paimon thinks that's something you should never do, period. Perhaps that's just what war does to people. Either way, that was our final adventure as a trio of friends. Ling Yuan attacked people with her familiars, herding them into shelter we had prepared. Herblord fought against our mistress, while I climbed Mount Lingmen and hurled the votive Rangeade into the rising rivers. Of course, that wasn't a proper Rangeade rite. It was simply the release of adeptal energy stored within the jade pendant to have the earth open its maw and swallow the rivers, and allow the jade mouth to grow and stabilize the flow. Whoa, what happened next? Didn't Little Mao tell you how it all ended? Yeah, that's right. Wait, really? When? Alright, that's enough about the past. We should get back to performing the rite itself. I don't wanna. True, but what about the golden carp? Isn't that what we're looking for? In truth, you've already found it, as with the previous one. That's how I was able to appear before you. There's a chest there. Right there. Right there. I want it. It's just that I missed the senior year a bit too much, so I couldn't help but have a long chat with you all. After all, your sense of time and mine are not the same. You won't tarry long once your objectives are complete, will you? As such, I apologize. Please forgive my capriciousness. What about Capricorn?
Oh, cool. This stuff looks dope.
Okay. So now we go... Where the hell do we go? Oh, right. Oh, this video is going to be so long. Definitely not combining the lantern right together with this. Though my power is still a far cry from how it was in the past, thanks to your aid, I have regained much strength. Thank you. Next, we need to perform the ceremony. What effects will it have? It's been thousands of years since it was last performed, and the mountains, rivers, and spirit veins have all changed a great deal. But if all goes well, the votive rain jade will resolve the issue. Woohoo! Well then, let's begin. Alright, do your thing. I will consume some beverage. She has a really interesting design character-wise. It's just kind of a shame that her face and stuff is based around the standard NPCs. You should have been able to make something like a slightly more unique face structure that comes with like actual playable characters. That's just my thought, though. It's not a huge detractor to me, though. She's still very interesting design-wise. Fog's dissipating. Whoa, what's that? Huh, it's just like the mural. Do you remember Paimon? The one with the two golden people and something in between them? Oh, you really impressed us a little while. Paimon didn't remember that at all. Don't mind Paimon, she's just stupid. Behold, the sacred mountain. In my era to merely climb it was already to transgress, but the ancestral inhabitants of this place are gone, and the commuting path lies waste and broken. Who shall judge us now? That is where the spirit veins of Chenyu Vale converge. Through it, I can transmit my adeptal energy through the veil, restoring its water and soil. We are only one step off from achieving our goal. Are you prepared, Aether? Let's do this. Indeed. Yeah, as she said, we are practically just about in the final stretch. Hit the viewpoint. Alright. Activate. I'm glad we're almost in the final stretch, because holy fuck, was it longer than I thought. Alright. Ah! I just need to worry about time control. Eep. Eep. Maha. Beach 30. Oh, of course it's the fucking the purple one. I hate this thing.
I must leave no stone.
With the wind!
Barbara doesn't do anything.
Let's dance.
Barbara is strictly a healer, and she's useless for everything else. No, hit the purple guy! Not the FNAF purple guy, this purple guy. Fucking game! Ow!
Leave it all to me.
Up to it, Manzai.
Okay, I need to heal my baby boy up. And I'll heal her while I'm at it.
As a good knight should.
Ow!
Mighty mythical beast. Windblade, disappear.
Let the show begin. Ready, steady, go!
Oh, wait. The barrier thing. The shield. I word good. Please die. Please die. Please die. Please die. Please die. Please die. Please die better. Ow. Yeah. What the hell is that achievement? That's not it. Did my hand fall from my wrist? Defeat a Thunderhelm Lolaturl while in an enhanced state. Well, we're good. I still have achievements. Shit. What else? Ah, Chenyu. Okay.
Good things come to those who wait.
Hey, did I level him up? No, not completely. Alright. Oh. Whee! Following the fishy again. Well, we look like a slightly less impressive one. We have eyeliner, apparently. Anyway. And I will go out of my way to collect the spirit carp, at a different point. There is a... Are we heading to that point? No, because it's down, isn't it? I don't know where we're going. I think we're heading towards that next, point. I could be wrong, though. Alright. Ling Yuan, I perceived it would be you, and I do miss you so, but this really might be a bad time. Eh? So Blue's name is Ling Yuan? Ling Yuan. Please don't be like that. Speak with me. The opportunity to speak will come, but it is not now. You know this. I know this, but I cannot allow it. Wait just a while longer. It will end soon. I do not like things up here, or up there, but it does not matter. Just leave it to me, Fujin. Do not come up here. Fuck you.
I must leave no stone un-
Up to it, Manzai.
I need that shield anyway. Timing and Luwu. Miss me. Miss me. Ow. Okay, you didn't miss me that time.
Leave it all to me, as a dutiful maid would.
Go to sleep.
Someone needs...
Ow! Giving me boo-boos. Okay. Another one of these. Wherever will it lead? Oh, there it is. There's the teleportation spot I was looking for. Eep. Excuse me. Na 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 na. Good point. I'm quite sorry for not being completely frank with you earlier. Though I became aware of it during our travels, I did not wish to believe that my old friend Ling Yuan would be the source of the storm that buffets Chenyu Vale. I actually had an inkling already. How did you figure it out? She, Herblord, and I once defended Chenyu Vale together. To think that she would do something so wicked. Her disruption of the spirit veins has caused the miasma to propagate, and the ones who stopped me from forming the right in the first place, or in the first time, was also her. Yeah. But Big Sis Fuji and Ling Yuan isn't a bad person. I know little Mao. She is your friend, but at this time she is the greatest threat to Chenyu Vale. If she controls this sacred mountain, she will wield the power to completely alter the land of Chenyu Vale in the blink of an eye. I fear that Ling Yuan has already entered Chiwang Terrace before us. She means to rewrite the flow and path of the spirit veins. We have little time left. Aether, you have mastered the adeptal energy available here in Chenyu Vale. Ling Yuan and her familiars will not be your match. Please accompany me for a time and aid me for the sake of the people in Chenyu Vale. I will perform a ritual and open the way to Chiwang Terrace. Please stay by my side and protect me. Damn it! Protector duties? I don't need to worry about this. You're practically invincible. Okay. Choppa! I did it.
Many happy returns.
Steady as stone.
With the wind.
He'll go somewhere.
Stop it now.
Yeah, seriously, stop it.
Let's dance.
You're not throwing that. Fuck you. Okay. Where's the next guys? Where? Right there. Jabba. Ew! Son of a biscuit. Oh, that was easy. That was kind of fun.
Leave it all to me, as a good knight should.
Oh, this is bad. Get rid of the icy ones. They'll cause me boo-boos in the end.
Up to it, Manzai.
Come on, we can do it.
Ew. Motherfucker.
Hey, what gives?
Let the show begin.
Wind blade.
What do you mean what gives? They want you dead. Jump in, get with the program.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Ooh! Hold up! Why won't you listen to me? Will you not wait? Your strength is feeble. You cannot match me. But do not worry. You will soon recover. Ling Yuan, say no more. Aether and I will stop you. We will stop this plan to destroy Chenyu Vale. Ritual is complete. The gate to Chiwang Terrace is now open. Here we go! Alrighty. So now we have to fight her. I'm sorry!
Stone. Let's dance.
Mighty mythical beast.
Ow. Your abilities don't typically recharge as fast as they are here. They're just doing it for the sake of the battle.
Leave it all to me, as a dutiful maid would.
Windblade.
I can't use freezing. I don't have that ability. I can't switch my characters right now, so, you know. To hell with you and your silly, silly directions.
Still breathing.
Probably not for very long, man. Hold on.
Many happy returns.
Let the show be.
I mean, I can't switch character. Okay. Sorry, Ling Yuan. You're kind of asking for this yourself.
I must leave no stone unturned. Let's dance.
With the wind. Up to it, Manzai. Sorry, pal.
Hi.
I can do it.
Windblade.
Let the show begin.
Stay down. Owie. Ling Yuan. Human, let me tell you what you shall do. Fire arrows at my heart. If you approach up close, strike me with your sword. I will fight you to the last. You are the only one here who can fight. When I have crushed your neck, I will triumph. Owie. I kind of want to keep my neck, if you don't mind. I kind of need that to be able to breathe. No! I don't intend to kill you. Why? I do not understand. You are Fujin's friend. Fine. You may ask me one question. You still really care about doing things like that, even though you lost, huh? Then let us exchange questions. Little Mao, do you have any questions? Bluey, why did you have to fight? Can't we all be friends? You bunch of two-legged... And you, Fujin, you have not the strength to form two legs of your own, yet you wish to walk in their form and speak to me. But how can humans and wild beasts ever be friends? Easy, be like, hey, let's be friends. I shake a hand, you shake a paw. Problem solved. We're friends. Awesome. That's not true, Bluey. You're lying. If that's the case, why didn't you just let those beasts eat me back then? If humans and beasts can't be friends and you're a beast, you shouldn't have helped me. My actions are sometimes beyond even my own understanding. You were merely fortunate. You were a terrible liar. Well, why didn't you just eat Mountain as well? She almost bumped into you while lost in the fog at the foot of the mountain. I saw it. You humans possess such wisdom that even nature submits to your will. In that case, you tell me, why didn't I eat her? What kind of question is that? Mount Laishin is dear to Adeptus Fujin. Let us just assume you were correct. She has told me much about the Rain Jade Rite. Perhaps those memories affected my actions. You actually remembered everything I told you. Every year before the rite, you would tell me and that white snake how expectant you were and how nervous. And after the rite, you would tell us how the festivities were so fun and lively. You would always speak, and I could not help but listen. Only humans forget. I forget nothing. You have cleared this doubt of mine. Now you may ask a question. Well, Adeptus Fujin, do you have any questions? Thank you, Aether. Just a while back, Lingyuan, I was telling them stories about our past. Why do you wish to wreck Chenyu Vale, which we once fought so hard to protect? You planted tea trees, promising to enjoy tea with us. This, too, I remember. But that sort of tea no longer exists. I want to change this land. I want to make it like it was all those millennia ago. You have walked with humans for too long. You have forgotten that you, I, and the snake all came from nature. I knew that you never truly perished, and you did not depart this place like the snake. So I wish to change this place in the form it had when you were born. All these years, I have slowly been adjusting to the spirit veins, or adjusting spirit veins. Oh, I get it. So that's where the miasma came from. Correct. Side effects. In the end, the process will change the soil, the waters, and the forest to what they should have been. What the soil, waters, and forest should have been? You truly have forgotten the past. The rivers rose and fell with the rains, and their path was not fixed. The tea trees and flowers were not trimmed or cultivated, nor did they exist for humanity. In such an environment, you would regain your old form and frolic once more in the great rivers. You would regain your strength. Spiritual power blanketed the land in those days. The wild shrubs grew thick. Now the mountains and forests are silent, and the shimmering voice of the spring waters, tinkling like jade, can be heard no longer. But you don't understand. You still think you must stop me. Lingyuan, I count myself more blessed than most to have lived such a happy life, and in the end my soul returned to my home. You are the one who does not understand. Yes, and I have never understood. After you defeat me, you should have taken my territory. You planted tea on my mountain and gave that land to humans. I do not understand why you did this. Chenyu Vale was once but a nameless land, and we were nameless insects, beasts, and fish. I was the master of an uncultivated mountain, and today that place belongs to neither of us. You took a human form and walked among them. You instituted the Rain Jade Rite and helped them change the soil and water. I did not understand then either, but I could see how happy you were. The snake changed into a human form and used her knowledge to create medicines and save the sick. I could understand how agile human fingers could help her do what she wished, but I do not know why it was done. What happened after caused me still more confusion. You fought alongside humans and their so-called gods, and you perished. Humans fighting each other over territory and survival. Now that I can understand. You both belong to the great river and mountainous forest. You could have chosen to leave them and live on with me. Let that which is human belong to them, and nature belong to nature. Even if our territory were to shrink, we could still live freely. But now you wish to stop me and defend this land subdued by humanity. Answer me, why? Ling Yuan, my friend, it is as you say, I do wish to protect them. Do not answer me with my own question. I was asking you why. Miss Ling Yuan might be a beast, but she sure cares about the order of things, huh? I know, that's how I learned so much from her. So you guys were just discussing stuff in the mountains? Well, not totally. That said, after hearing everything Bluey said about Big Sis Fujin, I thought they'd be happy to meet each other. At first, I was like you. I did not understand humanity, and I did not enjoy their excessive demands and love of hoarding, or their eternal desire to have more than they need while caring so little for the needy themselves. Trading, wealth. Like you, I did not understand these concepts and did not understand why they influence human joy and sorrow. But across the long years, I've also seen so many other things. The cries of children break my heart, and the sound of an old person's shattered memory saddens me, just as though it were all a microcosm of these mountains and rivers. Have you noticed them, seen them? The children who wash their little feet in the streams, fishermen laughing beneath the light of the rainbow's arc, the moonlight trysts of lovebirds, their figures painted silver. Humans, too, are creatures of this land. Just how different is their innocence from ours? You mean to say that you have chosen to take their side due to these emotions, not through natural principles or logic, and not due to anyone's orders? I suspect that Herblord had much the same reason as I. That said, I'm sure she'd put it all very differently. I remain unsatisfied with your answer, Fujin. I do not understand. Do you not? I think you've understood for a long time. When our previous god raised the waters, it was you who brought your familiars around to attack the people and drive them to the shelters we had created. I just wished to help my friends, to make their wishes reality. Even if doing so meant going against nature and the principles you follow? Even if it meant going against nature and the principles I follow, I would do so anyway. Well, then we aren't all that different now, are we? Didn't you also choose your own position on account of your feelings? Ha ha! I am satisfied with your answer, Fujin. Now, you may ask a question. Very well. May I ask the next question, Aether, Paimon? Ask away. Paimon, I can't really think of any good questions at the moment. Since you've got one, you go right ahead. You acknowledge my answer, acknowledge me, and acknowledge that you made choices based on your own feelings. Now let me ask you. No, don't ask. You know what I'm going to ask you, right? If I needed your help, would you still make the same choice? That's right. And what is your answer? Yes, I would. Even should another 1,000 years pass, and even if you asked me 1,000 more times, my answer would be the same. In that case, Ling Yuan, I do in fact need your help. I truly wish to save the people of Chenyu Vale, so please, don't stop me from nursing the water and soil, all right? I promise you, Fujin. You have walked with humans for much time and have learned their cunning, while I am but a foolish beast. My claws and teeth are sharp, but I am no match for you. Thank you, Ling Yuan. And thank you, Aether, Paimon, and Little Mao. You've accompanied me for so long. You've helped me a lot. I wouldn't have made it here without you. And I'm happy to have helped you, Big Sis. I'm so glad that Bluey got to meet you all too. I was so worried when you fought. You also have my thanks, Aether, Little Mao. It was you who brought Fujin to me, though the circumstances of the meeting were not what I had hoped for. And what about Paimon? All right then, let us begin. Hooray! The developers fucking nail it with scenery, man. And their cutscenes are great. Big Sis Fujin, Big Sis, where did she go? Do you still not understand? She used all the energy she accumulated recently to nurse the land. Wait, if that's the case, does that mean... Yes, it is as you suspect. But she struggled so hard to... Though we have now finished nursing the soil and water, the miasma that remains will not disappear immediately, so you'll have to be careful out there. Eh? Sorry for making you all see me like this. It is as Ling Yuan said. I've completely used up the energy I accumulated recently, and I can no longer maintain my favored form. Paimon thought that... What's wrong? Nothing. Paimon's glad you're still here, Adeptus Fujin. Seriously, Ling Yuan. What about me? As long as you're still here, Adeptus Fujin. Though my form is as it has become, I am far more comfortable than before. At first I was trapped at Carp's Arrest and could only reminisce about the outside world through the scent of the tea offerings. If I had not met you and Paimon, people of such compatibility with the spirit veins, I would have had none but my shadow to talk to, much less be able to leave Carp's Rest. Thank you for your concern. But please forgive me, but I must depart now. I'll need a bit of rest. And another thing, Ling Yuan. Speak. What else would you have me do or not do? Nothing. I just didn't get to say this due to the circumstances that prevailed before, but it's good to see you again. I know. Thank you all. Eh? Where did that one come from? I should thank you for bringing her back, safe, smooth, and slippery. Even the way in which her fins move the same as I remember. You sure have a strange way of remembering people. Or fish. Whichever. I do not know how you did it, nor why you were able to obtain her adeptal energy. All these thousands of years, I have never once heard her voice. Might be due to Aether's, unique constitution? I see. However, I am but a foolish beast. Stop saying that! Fuck! Even if I wanted to see her again, I would not know of a better way. I can only spend thousands of years clumsily imitating her methods, regulating the spirit veins in this land. I am quite stupid. No, you're not! And I only knew this method, so I did it. It was akin to scooping every droplet from a rushing river, or every grain of sand from the vast desert. I knew as well that she would not smile as she once did, even if those mountains returned to how they once were. She and I, and the snake, once laughed and swam happily here. Those days will never come again. She loves humanity too much, even more than she loves herself. Had I succeeded, she would only hate me. But that would not have mattered to me, as long as she could regain her form and swim freely once more. Sorry. And Paimon thought you were more concerned about nature. Of course I care. A land untamed by humans, a land of wild beasts. But that is a different subject from the matter of Fuji. If she thinks that a land tamed by humans is better, and that the strange tea leaves grown on such land taste superior, then I shall do what pleases her. So, thank you. You're welcome. Well, speaking of that, Paimon's curious. What did the tea leaves taste like in the past? When the land changed before, the tea leaves flavor was much closer to it was in the past, apart from some differences due to human influence. Wait, so you mean that the weirdly flavored tea cakes we had were... In that case, I prefer the current flavor profile. Tea leaves cultivated by humanity will be more to their liking, of course. What I do not understand is Fujin's taste. If the snake was here, we could ask for her opinion, but perhaps her taste would have also become strange from spending so much time with humans. Before you go, Aether, I have one final question for you. Those that come from nature will, for some reason, go against nature, against the laws nature originally followed. Will humans also go against humanity, against the principles they initially followed, for certain reasons? Yeah. Thank you. I have received the answer I desire. Well then, little Mao, Aether, and Paimon, we shall meet again. Okay, I wanted to mention right off the bat that the third answer for me would have made the most sense, like that it depends on context, but from my stream, she basically goes, well, you might as well have just said yes. So I just chose yes this time around. All right then, see you later, Bluey. Also, remember to take care of Big Sis Fujin. She seems kind of weak right now, so she could use some extra care. I will. Farewell. Please wait, Ling Yuan. I have a question for you as well. Ask then. I do owe you that. If human activities are part of the laws of nature, how do you view humanity? A strange question. In the distant past, they were indeed part of nature, but they are so no longer. That is because... No, I need to give this question some more thought. Next time we meet, I will give you my answer. Okay. Whatever you say. I'm gonna bring this little child back to the village. I'll pick up that quest later. Doesn't matter. Okay. You're back. We were just saying that good rainfall's bound to bring some good tidings. And what do you know, dear guest? You've arrived right on time. How did it go? Well, I trust. Tell us about it. It was thanks to Adeptus Fujin. So you met the legendary Carp Adeptus? Oh my. As one would expect of the young master of the Fey Commerce Guild, you really do have friends in high places. It was a piece of cake for me. Anyway, your soil and water problem should be solved now. Haha, oh Luo, just what did I say? I told you it was a problem with the soil, but you wouldn't listen. If it wasn't for their help, we'd still be tealess come next year's lantern rite. Regardless, thank you both for your help, honored guests. With your help and the protection of the Carp Adeptus, I'm sure our village will surely see a great harvest of tea years this coming year. Ah yes, please take these. Take it as a token of our thanks. Right, Paimon almost forgot. We came across this kid during our adventures. Is he from the village too? Uncle Luo, I'm back. Well, if it isn't you, little Mao. Finally have a mind to come back, huh? Eh? You don't seem worried at all. And what is there to fret about? This kid runs around the mountains all the time and he always comes back safe after getting tired. If you ask me, there's been an Adeptus looking after him in secret all along. You know, maybe that might have been said Carp Adeptus. I've said it before. It wasn't an Adeptus. It was Bluey. All right, little Mao. Don't argue with Luo here. He's just pretending to know what he's talking about. Come by my place later. I'll make you some egg custard. Ooh, egg custard. Now you pretend to be a good person. Wait, what do you mean pretending to know? In any case, I don't really know how to repay you, dear guest. If you should need any help in the future, Chaoying Village will be there to lend you a hand. Awesome possum. And that is the end of that. Holy crap-a-roon. I forgot that it was this long. Yes, purchase. Alrighty. Got me my achievement. Okay, and I am actually going to call it for this recording, so yeah, this has gone on way too fucking long, I'm so sorry. So next time we will be doing the Lantern Rite Festival related stuff, and yeah, if you enjoy my content, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you'd like to support me further, you could commission me to do some digital art, or you can support me on Patreon. Until then, I'll see you guys later. Toodles!